that is a bit of coke. Just by the way, that is a bit of coke. That is a red belt. That is quite conveniently, actually, a full throughput red belt, which means I will not be splitting here. Which means that I will not end up splitting there. Okay. What do I have here? Stuffs. I have my primary coke production over here. That is what I have. Oh boy. Okay, it is that time, I think, for more high pressure furnaces. I need to go back and I need to request all of my high pressure furnaces. Clearly. Clearly I need like 30 of them. No, more. More! 40! We need all the things. Every single one of them. I'm going to stick the thingies in that chest, the arc furnaces, so that they're here for me. Ooh, this is a good point. Do I leave these here and replace these with the... Do I just replace the recipe? This is 40, and I only actually need 22 of them. And the belt throughput would be slightly problematic, because this is 30 per second. I don't think I'm going to end up with needing all of that, though. Well, if I consumed everything, it'd be 68.06, so clearly we would need to upgrade to red belts here. We'll be slightly limited to 60 on this, but I think I'm okay with that, actually. I think I am actually okay with that. And in fact, I'm just going to do this upgrade now in preparation. And yes, I know I do have a upgrade planner here that would help dramatically, for the exception that, yeah, it's going to try to upgrade all of the belts if I am not careful. And apparently all the pipe, too. Hey, I can remove that pipe. Yay! Glorious things. Oh, it's replaced. It's replaced all the other stuff, too. Somewhat needlessly, but we'll manage. Fine, do all of it. Yeah. We'll get all of the multi-purpose pipe. I did mention that we were going to upgrade all of our pipe at some point, right? And I guess this can just stay here. And we'll grow this out to 32. Although that is 2 red belts of chromite sand. That can be 1 red. Look at me, I'm actually thinking in terms of reds now. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this glorious? We're actually operating in terms of number of red belts. Like, I can't believe that. I'm actually thinking in terms of, starting to think in terms of numbers of red belts. Like, what is this shenaniganry? Yes, the glorious red belts. Right, so these are directly casting chromite sand, and I don't need that at all anymore to happen. course, I'll need another red just off to the side there. Gosh. This will be interesting once I actually set it up, but I need to restock on some additional things. Where is the vehicle? All the way down there. Do I delete these once I'm done? Maybe. They'll just be sitting there consuming power, which, yeah. We're gonna have a power issue soon. By the way, with that nerf to natural gas inbound, that's gonna have a slight effect on my ability to produce power. Just a little bit of an effect on power, but I knew it was gonna come eventually. Like, we knew that this would come eventually, right? The nerf to the thing, fuel value of natural gas. Yeah, we already knew that was coming, right? How many of these high pressures do I have? Even 60 more. Wow. I had no, that's washers. What am I looking at? 30 more. Holy crap, I have a whole bunch of those queued. Made. And that's the other thing you have to be careful of once you start making Mark II buildings. You have to keep track of what you're using, because every time you use the Mark II buildings, you sort of then have to make more after that, and that puts more strain on the resources. Oh. Right. So these things called mining drills sort of help as well. Yeah. Mining drills help. That would be necessary, I think. So we're going back to grab some of those. Let's get mining drills. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Mining drills are like right there. Doink, 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 doink. Yep. Drills! Up, up, and away! That's where's this? Chrome is not that far away, fortunately. Fortunately, this is one of those ones that's actually pretty nearby to the mall. Not like we have to go all the way out here, or all the way out, like, down here at some point, or over here, or even up here to the, right, these guys. Aurum. I should do something with this at some point. It needs to be scaled. We need more. More beautiful, glorious sulfuric acid must happen. More sulfuric acid must happen at some point. We need all of it. Full throughput pipes, ideally, of it. Several full throughput pipes of it. Okay, so I've got stuff. So there's those. Yes, yes, yes. Stuff things. You're fine as long as you place next to the belt. I said you're fine as long as you placed next to the belt. Okay, temporarily. Let's clean 15. There. Good. Next. Onwards. We need a full throughput red belt of coke. Okay. That will be... Where are you? Alright, see you later. Or next time, depending on when you are available next. So, this stuff. Why did I do that twice? Oh, that's why. Right, because you have to, dummy. Let's see. So on a normal situation, it's not 50. It is 50, right. So that will normally produce a yellow belt of the nickel. This is a yellow belt of the nickel, but anything else ends up being a red belt. So this will be a red belt of coke. Well, coal, not coke. Excuse me. Beautiful, glorious red belt of coal. Quite convenient how that works. See, it's 30 per second for 50. But again, why am I doing this shenaniganry with the steel chests and loaders and all that? Because occasionally, as you see here with the mining productivity, every single time you get the mining productivity proc every 5 cycles here, it has to output 2 units of ore at the same time. And it can't physically do that on a belt. Not instantaneously. It can't do that on a belt. It has to wait for the first one to clear enough space, and then it can put the next one down. And during that period of time, the mining drill is not mining. So it is physically impossible to actually get the full 30 per second if you're outputting straight to basically any of the belts, normal belts. It's less problematic with a faster belt, but it's still problematic. You won't quite reach 30 per second, but they can instantaneously offload both units of ore into a chest. That is an instantaneous offload, so you can reach the exact 30 per second if you are offloading into chests and then using, in this case, compact loaders to unload the chests. So that's the deal there. And this also applies to any borax mining, because the borax mines also happen to output like 3 units of ore by default. So you have to throw them into a chest to get the proper throughput with borax. To even attempt to get the proper throughput with borax, I have no idea how this actually operates. I think there might be a range in there on its output, because I have yet to get consistent results on borax in particular. I think it's 3 ore, but I think it might actually be 2 to 4 and an average of 3. It might be something weird like that, but I don't know. It's just been horribly inconsistent with me overall. So I have to actually process this into coke. Now, note, biomass to coke is actually really good. 15 biomass to 5 coke is actually really good, considering the ways in which you can get massive amounts of biomass these days. Uh, so even if I didn't have access to coal, I would very easily have access to biomass anywhere and be able to convert that into the necessary amounts of coke. However, it is a bit more of a logistical challenge because in this case, I would need, you know, 3 red belts of biomass to get the 1 red belt of coke that I so desire here. When instead, this is a 1-to-1 conversion in this particular method. Yes, there is another method. There is the red hot coke production that can give you more, a rather significant amount more, but this is easier, which is why I'm doing it. Anyway, 30 per second is going to be 8. Nice even numbers here. But that is like 375. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna loader it up. Time to loader it up. By the way, this absolutely works. In case you're wondering, yes, this is fine. This is just fine. It loads 1 lane at a time. Oops. Oh, come on. Go the correct way. Just add the beautiful and glorious and wonderful thing known as power. And ta-da! Full throughput red belt. Yay! Stuff things. This takes a minute to properly accrue. I just want to make absolutely certain that we've got our full 30. Like, as long as this chest does not empty all the way, as well as does not accrue all the way. Well, eventually it will accrue all the way once stuff backs up, but anyway. As long as this does not empty at all, I know I have the full throughput here. And we're actually processing all of it properly. So theoretically, this should stay about the same. It will fluctuate up and down a little bit because it's only every 5 cycles that we get the productivity bonus. So it'll pop back up, and then it'll go down, and then it'll pop back up, and then it'll go down just due to the productivity procs, which theoretically every single one of these should be procking at roughly the same time. Apparently not exactly on some of these, but close enough. And we are now backed up. Good. Good. And just for reference, yeah, that's fine. 2.5 is fine on a blue inserter. And then this is just going to bring in as much borax as can be thrown at it, so that is also okay. I can now officially grab you. And then I need to have 32, 16. So after 16 of this. Which, let's not forget to add those. And then, oh, right. You there. You there. Oh, I didn't actually calculate how much, coke there was. Okay, well, let's do that. Make sure that we have 583.4, because I may need to mine more. By the way, I may need to mine more. So what have we got here? We've got 75. So we've got 600 that could be produced out of this yellow belt of coke. So I think we have enough carbon dioxide. I think we have a sufficient quantity of that without having to adjust anything. Autosave. So just grab those. And so that's 2. No's. 4. Alright, I need to do it this way? Yeah. There. I'll just put that there, kill that, and then we'll do that. So that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Now, after 16... Oh, I apparently need additional undergrounds. Apparently, I need some additional undergrounds. Oh, that's off. Fixing things. Small little errors like that always accrue. So... Yeah, that will go there. But then I have to, like, bring that in. So this will be interesting. Yeah, that... Oh, I am... What? No. Okay. And then I can take that line off. No! No, use the thing. So, 4 more. Or two more. And do you realize my problem now is that I have to shift this from here to here. Here? No. There's one more. Or 2 more. So I have to count to 16. I have to count to 16. So it's this one. Then I just have to add to... I just, quote-unquote, have to add to here. And that works. Yay! Functional-ish. I just need to get all of these undergrounds. I need a lot. I need a few of these red underground belts. And everything is broken, by the way, right now, so... Huzzah! Do also note that a whole bunch of this chromium is also going to ferrochrome on top of everything else, because that's also a consumer of the molten chromium. Good old ferrochromium alloy. Alright, so, yeah, you need to be like 10 now. 10 and 10. Yes, you are late, Immortal. What did you miss? I have been building the molten nichrome, or the molten chromium, for the molten nichrome. I'm going to be converting this to just cast from molten. So this will be casting from molten. I'm not really mucking about with anything else. We're just sticking with G3 for now. Expanded the graphite because I needed the graphite expanded. It's a full throughput red of coke to make enough graphite. A little bit less than that, but yeah. So doing a bit more of the mining for that. And yeah, what did you miss? You missed me talking about the fact that the natural gas will now be going down to 90 kilowatts or kilojoules of power. See, I have discussed this, and that is not live yet. So as of this moment in time, I am using natural gas for power, but I need to transition fully off of it. I need to fully transition off of it. Because, pretty sure that these steam engines will not be capable of producing 320 megawatts of power. Or how is this even... Like, I'm pretty sure that this is not pulling properly. It's like trying to keep them even. But once this becomes incapable of producing much, I think I have some leeway here on the combustion turbines that I currently have. I think they actually cap it around 400 something, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think these actually cap somewhere in the 400-ish range after doing the math on that. So I need another, like, couple of builds of this. I need to, like, double what I have. Try a manual disconnect. That's slightly problematic, because I have some redundancy. So I have a little bit of redundancy, here. I would want to be physically, around. Like, there's a little redundancy here. I need to physically go there. And I am currently in the process of picking up additional undergrounds. Oh, no, you can go in the thingy. That's what you can do. You can die. And I can get rid of the mining drills. Yes. We're good. but I guess I will just run over to the beginning of the bus. Come on. Come on, dudes. Yeah, there you go. Let's run to the start of the bus to see just how much exactly the powerhouses are going to pull. Note, the powerhouses are subject to a positive feedback loop. If I run out of coke, you know, if I run out of coke from my area where I'm producing coke, that will kill all of the power there. So, yep, that's a thing. Alright, ever so slight come on, stop with the want to buy belt immunity. I will pay for vehicles to not be moved by belts, ever. See, this is the bit of the issue here. Okay. This simply cleans up the lines, because they're all connected at the bottom anyway. Oh, they're not even... They're not even connected on this line at all, so now I think the only connection is here. Well, doing this assumes that I'll have absolutely zero power being produced out of these. That's not actually going to be the case once it goes down to 90 kilowatts. From 1 or to 90 kilojoules from 1,000. That is a factor of like a little over 10 times difference, but it's not like I'll be producing nothing out of this. There still will be something. Okay. Apparently that also completely disconnects you from the rest of the grid. So, goodbye, Molly. Okay. So, the answer is 500. Less than 500. 480-ish, I think, consistently. Which is a little bit less than what I need. Which is a little bit less than what I need. So, why was it spiking over 800 though? Interesting. On the demand. So, yes, clearly I need more. This is pretty consistent on the 370s, but it can do up to another 100 megawatts. I have reconnected. I have reconnected what needs to be reconnected. We can keep it on just this one pole for now, because I am likely to just completely obliterate this entire thing. Oh! Right. This still exists, technically, so I have 60 megawatts out of that, too. So we're off by a factor of 60, so... oh, God. You're kidding. So, the amount of power I can count on out of this setup that I currently have is 420 megawatts. That's how much I can count on out of that. 420 plus 60.